sitting here at the computer and I'm just kind of going through some footage, and I've been debating on whether or not to post this or not. But Alan and I were making a tandem hunt. He was about 20 yards from me, and we were kind of at this pinch point in a slough. It opens up in front of us, which we did. We seen two does. They didn't come towards us. I mean, it was a good hunt. We really liked the spot. The wind wasn't the best in the world. It was an early morning hunt. We went in there before dark. I mean, before daylight, sorry. And as the sun came up, we're all set up, ready to go. It was actually a pretty good morning. The mosquitoes were kind of bad. You're going to see my mosquito net on my head in one of the videos. But I'm sitting here. I made like a little introduction video saying, okay, this is where we hunting. And I'm pointing around like this. And keep in mind, these cameras, I have them set on a wide angle view. So anybody that has one of these GoPros knows that you can be this close to something and it still kind of looks a little bit further away because of the wide angle. You're going to see in this video, I even took the camera and put it maybe 6 inches in front of this thing, and it seemed far away. But we got in there in the morning. I made an introduction video, and then that was right after the sun came up. Then we seen two does. And keep in mind, we're hunting, there's a ground hunt. So I'm sitting, I took my lock on and I put it right about waist height. And I could sit down on it, and I was ground level just to have something to sit on. And I had a little fallen tree that was in front of me sprouting up branches I could use for cover. Reach around, I strapped my bow on it. And about 7 o'clock, two does came out. I had the GoPro on my head. I thought I reached up, and sometimes you can't see if when you hit the button, you can't quite see if it's recording or not. Obviously it didn't record. I'm kind of disappointed in that. I think that would have been a pretty good shot. But I'm hiding behind this tree, and I'm sticking my head right between these branches so the camera can have a clear shot. And I'm kind of moving behind this tree. They didn't walk towards us. They came straight across the water. Well, about 7:20, about 20 minutes later, I looked down and noticed a cottonmouth was curled up on the branch right in front of my face. Obviously, and I made a video whenever I seen it, which is going to be the first video you see. I'm freaking out because not too often you just look up and notice a snake curled up looking you. And you've been here all morning. So I'm kind of freaking out in the first video. But then, like right now, I'm going back and look at my other first video that I made. And the whole time, I'm pointing my hands, kind of, okay, we came from here, blah, blah, blah. That snake was sitting right there, curled up. And anybody that knows snakes, when they're ready to strike, their head's kind of up, and it looks like a little S, and it's ready to strike. And never seen it. So at one point, I took my arrow and took the snake off the branch and set it on the ground. And Alan, like I said, he's about 20 yards from me. He's looking at me like, what are you doing? Like, you're moving around, you're doing this, like, what are you even doing? And I'm like, I'm pointing, and he couldn't understand what I was trying to tell him. But man, you got to be careful. Hunting in these swamps in Louisiana, you just, that's what I told Alan. He's like, "Are you crazy? Like, are you?" And he's scared to death of snakes. He's like, "I would have been out of there." I'm like, "Well, I'm just glad it didn't end up with a trip to the hospital because of snake bite to the face." So check these videos out. I'm gonna show you the first one when I seen the snake. The second video I show you, now that you know the snake is there on the tree, and keep in mind you can see my hand on this branch, and if you follow the branch down, the snake is right there. So it looks far away because of the wide angle view, but this thing is within 2 feet of me and inches from my hand. But yeah, just check this one out. It's pretty interesting. Yo, motherfucker. All this time. It's about 7:30. I'm sitting here, I got my hand all up on this tree. All this time. I've been standing right here. Look what the fuck is right here. This little fucker's been curled up right here the whole fucking time. I've been sitting here grabbing these fucking branches. Holy shit. Good way to get fucking bit. It's a good trip to the hospital right here. Alright, we're here Saturday morning early. We walked in before daylight. Me and Alan doing a tandem hunt. Don't know if you can see his hat, but Alan is sitting right over there. This is about as good as you want to get right here. I came in here last weekend, but come to find out, someone else I talked to was walking around this whole area either that morning or the day before, cutting branches, making noise, and the wind was blowing his scent all up in here. I did still jump the buck. I was sitting right where Alan is. Something's in the water right over there. I don't know if it's ducks.
or something in the water over there. I think those bugs, there's a bunch of buckthorn right on the edge of this going that way. I think the bugs are coming from there, coming down, and they're bedding down right on the bank of this hole. I'm hoping for some reason one of them messes up and comes out and walks on the edge. We may have a shot. But down here, it makes a point, like a pinch point. And down there on that pinch point is kind of where we're hoping that they'll run north to south, and then we're hoping maybe catch them coming through these little holes. I'm kind of exposed. I'm out in the open, so I'm gonna turn this off. I don't want to do too much moving. I'm putting myself out here on this tree to give myself a little bit of cover.